Sagittarius starts November 23rd. It ends December 22nd. Basic things to understand. I'll say the key word to really understand Sagittarius is truth. It's coming out of Scorpio. So the way I interpret it is just that you're delving into this dark, deep world of the psyche. All the fears, all the dark stuff that I think human nature deals with. I think the darkest thing that we do deal with is death. Just the whole concept of it. Different cultures have certain feelings towards it. It's a very controversial subject. Certain cultures are more open to it, but there's a lot to the concept of death and that deep dark world and the unknown that it's still alluring, but it's still, the element of the unknown is always scary to a person. So you're coming out of that's Scorpio, and then you almost pop out of that ocean to Sagittarius. I always say that's why, like, one of the things that Sagittarius are known for is like they're very optimistic, upbeat people for the most part. Always looking for the good side of things, and I think it's because they're coming out of that dark realm. You just seen the darkest of the dark. You've seen death. And again, I'm talking about consciousness. So the consciousness comes out of that dark world into this new way of seeing things. It's almost like a light. Like there's this story. It's called Plato's Cave, where there's a few people that are prisoner in this cave. They're chained up against the wall, and they're facing the wall of the cave, so they can't see anything. And all they can see is the shadows that are being cast by a fire that's behind them. So what they do is, you know, they create terms and, basically an identity for these shadows that they see, not knowing that there's a source to it. When you see a shadow, is a source from an object. So the story is, depending on, I've read different versions of it, but some is that one breaks free and goes outside of the cave and sees the sun. And when he comes back to tell the others, they don't believe him. It's just like, what? Because their whole reality has been this cave wall and these shadows. So explaining to them the concept of a sun or just an outside world, something beyond what they know, is so abstract and unbelievable to them that they kind of chastise or just, just not take what this other person takes seriously. So that story is a great analogy for Sagittarius in a lot of ways.
Why though? I don't get the connection.
All right. Well, one of the connections is, again, truth. So you gotta understand, in a lot of society, especially this one, a lot of people like to live a lie. They like to live an illusion. They don't like to see things for what they are. They want to see things they want to see things based off of their emotions, based off of their desires, based off of whatever fantasy they have in their head. And there could be a very strong contrast depending on their environment between what reality is and what they want. So in this, I'm talking about the people that want what they want and not really seeing what's real. Sagittarius represents that person that travels outward. Now, what I mean by that is that, another theme of Sagittarius is traveling. So again, this person is walking out. Obviously it's just like stepping out of a cave, but this is a analogy for a bigger thing of this traveling outside of the unknown. It's like traveling to another country where people speak another language or whatever. This is all unknown to you, different food, different things, but it's revealing something that's way bigger than your perception of reality, and it expands your horizons and your perception about what reality is. And that's what that person walking out the cave represents. And then they look at the sun. And the sun is a very crucial part because for me, the truth is very much like the sun. For some people, it's very hard to look at. The sun could be, especially when you're coming out of a dark place. You can almost say the dark place is Scorpio, but maybe I won't go there yet. But again, coming out of a dark place. You know, you come out of, even if, you know, you turn on the lights at night, you just like, the light is very intense for you. It's something that it might even take a while for your eyes to adjust to, you know. So for the Sagittarian spirit, that story is perfect. What else can I expound on?